Girl, I was over here making me some catfish nugget in the air fryer. And I said, what is up with air fryers anyways? Because why I gotta turn it? Why y'all don't got it like they been had the oven that can get it on all sides? I seen it on QVC. And I said, that's why I'm an oven bitch for real. But I put it in there. And then it said you're supposed to preheat the air fryer. I didn't turn that up and on. But we keep on moving. And I said, you know what? As I'm sitting here, I'm watching little clips of Love After Lockup, the new season. And you know what? The way he got his whole family in there, in it. Look, girl, let me tell you. Hold on, let me find me right. Let me pull all this stuff up out my pocket. Hold on, girl. Hold on. And he said to her, I'm not coming to your house after I get out of jail because my PO, the oldest line in the book. So then he was like, she was like, you fuck with somebody else? He was like, who'll be in their right mind and like fuck with a nigga in my situation? And she just waited on him 2 years. She said, are you trying to gaslight me? And then he said, nah, I don't want nobody but you. It's us, we family. And I said, you know what, I don't know about you, but that statement triggered the fuck out of me. Because the last time a nigga said that to me, I don't want nobody but you. I mean, the next week, he said, bitch, fuck you. I got me a bitch with some money. I got a phlebotomist. I said, oh, bitch, a carpenter and a phlebotomist. It's a power couple. And then he say shit to me like, yeah, I'm going home and I got some good pussy waiting on me at home. And I said, unprompted? Okay, that's why you miss me. I would have thought it was the fact that you haven't had vegetables since I left. Beans is not a vegetable. It's a root. And that's the thing. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, bro, what is it that is even holding? And I said, you know what? It's because he touched that button, bitch. And you know what? That's why she act like that with his phone. I said, you know what? It inspires me the way that she is so raccoon about that trash. And I said, you know what? Not to that sense, especially if it was if that man comes with tie-ins. But the thing is that no, I understand, sister. I sat in that seat before, so I understand why you act. Because I used to be running bitches off. I'm telling you, bitch. I used to be running bitches off. First day, he used to pull up on me and play 80s, 70s music and cry. But first day, I ran through that. I said, oh, bitch. And, you know, I remember, girl, I'm trying to figure out what I'm holding on to in this so I can just let this shit go. Because I remember I went to go get my lashes done by his sister and we just talking and stuff. And girl, you know you cannot be talking about nothing emotional, sentimental while you getting your lashes done. We don't got time for that at all. So we just talking and stuff, and I really, because that's his sister. So we, you know, she know if he fuck with somebody else, she ain't gonna say nothing. And sister, I know he fuck with somebody else, so I'm not gonna ask you because I know what he was, how it was. And so the thing is that she was like, you know, like y'all could be back together. And girl, a tear slipped out that left eye. And it was like, I can't figure out why it hurt me so bad. But then it's to the point of understanding how men weaponize their emotions, and how me as a person who loves wholeheartedly and cares and takes care of people, like, it hurt me to see somebody use their emotions to play on my emotions. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I talk to my homeboys and they get it. So it's like, it really puts you in that point of like, I don't give a fuck about them tears. I don't give a fuck about them tears. And then the weaponized incompetence, where it's like, you know what I'm saying, but you find the smallest, minute thing to rehash to dispute my whole point. And where people yell so then that you don't like express yourself, like the feeling of integrating with somebody who not respecting you or your space, to where it's like, I really don't want a nigga in my space. I really don't want a nigga getting comfortable in my space. I really don't want a nigga in my face all day, every day. I really don't want to share my heart, my mind, my space with another person, or really don't want to have a responsibility of somebody's emotions. And I don't want to be in the position where I have any expectations of a person, because they'll let you down, period. And I remember before everything happened with my son, I used to always say to him, like, if something happened to me, I don't feel like you would take care of me how I need to be taken care of. And that's where trust, vulnerability, like security in body, mind, emotions, to know that, like, he would just cry. He would just cry. And hope a woman wipe his tears with their drawers. He would just cry. Like, and so when it come to the point with our son, that's all he do. He just cry. And it's like, okay, but like, what happens after you cry? What happens after you're the victim? What happens after, like, you get past being mad or whatever emotions that you have? What happens after that? And then what offends me the most in this point, in this moment, in this life, is like, now we did not get to a amicable point before he integrated in a new relationship. So now it's like two people harboring negative emotions for me. And it's like, oh, I don't get why he mad. I don't respect why he mad. I don't agree with why he mad, because first, it ain't no help for my baby in Port Arthur. It ain't no help for my baby in Port Arthur. And it's a reiteration, because if anything happens to any issues come about with my baby in Port Arthur, they gotta bring him to Houston. It ain't no help for my baby in Port Arthur. And we won together when everything changed. So I'm gonna go with my road. And then on 10, everything that happened while my baby was in the hospital really showed me and told me, because, you know, like, if you have a discussion with somebody and it's like, oh, okay, well, this, and that, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what it is and what it ain't. And you can agree or disagree. You can tell me where you need accommodations. You can tell me where things need to be different. You can tell me. You can talk to me. We're having a conversation. You can talk to me. Don't just tell me, yeah, it's good, and then you change your mind on the flip. So My baby went to inpatient rehabilitation. And man, I got an older son, and I was like, boom. So like, okay, the daddy said he gonna stay with him in the inpatient rehabilitation for 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks, or was it a month? It was 2 weeks. And girl, I came there on Christmas. The daddy was nowhere to be found. I told him 2 days before that I had got a temp job. And I'm telling him so he can get a temp job as well, and we can take turns navigating with the baby, because mine was evening tonight. Okay, so I do the evening tonight because I'm not sleeping there. He's sleeping there, and then like you be with him at the nighttime, and then you do a temp job in the daytime. And it was like I moved out, girl. And you know what? As I sit here and I think about this and I talk about this, I'm like, the thing is that in this moment I ask myself, what's gonna make it to the book, what's gonna make it to the movie, and what's gonna be in the interview? This for definitely is not gonna be in the interview, because the most I'm gonna say about him in the interview is God bless him. Will this make it to the book? It will make it to every single part of the book, because we gonna dive, we gonna really analyze the psychology of this. Will it make it to the movie? Not in great depth and detail. It'll just be LeBron James Day. So the thing is that I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm disheartened. I'm disheartened at the fact that, like, not only did you not get over your issues, which is just a cop-out to not be there. And I can understand if it's hard for you to deal with and you don't want to, because you know what, I can't speak for that man. I can't speak for that man. I pray that one day, we get enough sense and they can sit and we can all have a conversation and we can really get to the bottom of it, because it's disheartening as a woman to see the way his other half. She gives me things to see and understand to where it's like, oh, okay. But at the same time, what the fuck is you mad for? What the fuck is you mad for? And I know they got their own things they going, and you know what, it's something when you come into something with a man and he already got something going. But like, you mad at me, but you let him hide you for years. I'm on the phone with my baby mama. You think I'm about to say, hey girl, we was just talking shit about you, girl. Not talking shit, not me. But like, on the other end, it's like, I knew he had a bitch when he went and bought my baby some shoes. Now he give me money and I do what I need to do for the household. But that was the first pair of shoes he ever bought my baby. And it was the last one too. And I had to have a conversation that our son doesn't walk. So he can't push his feet into shoes. So if you're going to get shoes, you have to get shoelaces or straps. Because anybody who put kids' shoes on know that both is a bitch. One or the other. And when you buy him something, you need to send me the receipt. Because all things is not all things when it comes to him. But you should know that generally. That hurt me. And we argued about it. You say I can't do nothing right, and that was his reason for the next year and a half for not doing nothing. And then the other half come and say, you didn't let him see his son, when I will call every single day. When will you be able to come this way. You don't gotta hang out with me. But I need time to teach you how to take care of him, because the times that you were around him, your stomach hurt. You need a cigarette. And I understand that you can't handle it. It's hard to handle, and I'm a strong one. I get that. And so I try to approach it with a lot of empathy and grace. But the thing is that I'm taking on emotions that are not mine to carry, and they never was. And I said a while ago, I said, why I don't get no petty pussy? Why I don't get no petty pussy? Why he get to say, why I don't get no pussy, petty pussy? I said, but why is it like, and if you literal, then you literal, and this not the motherfucking place for you, because I'm metaphorical, mystical. Okay, so the thing is that, like, okay, when it comes to a man, it's a lot of women that will coddle men. But, like, when it comes to a woman, fuck no. Unless I'm just coming through to lay it low, but on some real shit, bitch, I want a bitch that I could take outside, show off. Like, bitch, so it's like, damn. It's real shit, and it may be like overly realistic, because it's like, oh yeah, you know, I know what it is. Like, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friends, I'm the one you come to, you pregame, because I'm cooking. So you could come, I'm cooking, and have a drink together, and we pregame. I'm the one you come to after the club is over, because I'm baking cookies in the middle of the night. I'm up, you right, I'm up. But it gets to a point though. And if somebody is not, if I'm not able to be in that space with a person who is more so an outside person, then they are going to find people and meet people in those spaces of being outside, and I can't be outside. So it's just like a nigga gonna have an outside bitch, and I'm just gonna be homebodies get cheated on. Homebodies get cheated on. And so the thing is that, like, realistically, I was like, okay, so I'm coming into a new mind. I'm coming into new mind. But the thing is that I'm looking at it from the perspectives of interactions in my 20s, because I was like, and the thing is that, like, it's different now, because, like, I don't even be like, I'll be looking, but if that don't mean I. And so, like, now I've been doing all this, these relationship building activities and working on this. So this is preparing me for a healthy relationship and walking me slowly out of avoiding attachment to secure attachment, because avoiding attachment is just basically saying, like, I want, God bless your will, but I don't want to need. I want, but I don't want to clean. This pussy static free, babe. Okay, so it's like, I want it, but I don't want that to be the only thing I have. I want, but, like, I don't need no destiny disruptors in my path. I want, but I don't need no nigga making life-altering decisions with me. I won't. But it ain't nothing like a nigga trying, this is for another time. But like, for real, that shit is like irritating. It's irritating because it's really like people don't know how to keep you on their own, so then they will try to do things that to attach themselves to you. So it's like, oh, more than niggas be trying to get a commitment, no, niggas be trying to baby mama you, and so a nigga will try to baby mama you so he could keep you in position and still do what he want to do, like, oh, you will never leave me. But the thing is, nigga, do you not know real loyalty? You don't know the choice of loyalty. Like, I'm choosing you, not I'm obligated to you, and that's the difference. And so in moving to a secure attachment, that's the understanding. Like, I want you, I don't need you, like, at any point at all. Like, it's cute where, like, it's cute, but like, realistically, and you know, I'm slowly raising my capacity and understanding, because it creates a scary feeling inside my body. And it's like, you have to check in with yourself and like check in with your body and see how you are, you know, feeling and thinking. I gotta go to my picture on. So, as I'm just sitting here and working through these insecurities, girl. But actually, everything we go through is setting a tone for us to build upon it. So, let's go through a few questions. We got some self-love questions. We're gonna do that tomorrow as we love on ourselves. And so here is where your heart at for singles. A, what am I craving underneath the craving? So when I think of partnership, honestly, I am working through the emotions of looking at men as procreation, provision, and service. Fuck me, feed me. Give me some money, take my trash out, and you know, what else? Having support, having someone who having support. Oh my goodness, it's so. Ooh, a boyfriend. What do you do with it? You fucking and feed it. Niggas is Tamagotchis. Niggas is Tamagotchis. But then when you get to a different level of maturity, oh, they have feelings and they have emotions. And be for real. I don't want to be for real with this because, like, listen, it really would be like, oh, just having somebody to like spend time with. Me, honestly, I much friendship is on a way higher than relationships are for me, honestly. But I know that I need to let that hurt go. I honestly don't even want to be in a relationship without having the proper individual support system, because I don't feel comfortable with integration, and that is what my heart is still grieving. Integration. My heart is still grieving the knowing that when you integrate with a person, the people will seem as though they love you, enjoy you, but once you are no longer in that person's possession, like, they're taking their people with them. And so for me to be a person that doesn't quit on people and to like, oh wow, I gotta divorce the friends and the family too, I'd rather not. I'd rather keep it cool, keep it cordial, and like keep it over there. And then I think more so, okay, when they do get to the point where I do want to, like, you know, do the next steps and next levels and stuff, I want an even balance of me and theirs, you know, because what is it to be a person with a large support system, and then you interact with a person that has a small support system, so then that person's meaning and your direction. But the thing is sometimes people want, I don't think anybody who will want someone like, oh, that's on my list, want someone that has a minimum support system, I think that person needs to do a heart check for sure, where it's like, okay, because in being equally yoked, if I'm a family oriented person and this person is an introvert, isolated type of thing, all glory to the kingdom of heaven, a person where, you know, because people who don't have a lot of support in the flesh, they have more support in the spirit. So thank God that I be alone, because I'm never alone. I'm never alone. Amen. I got the Trinity with me. Amen. Okay, so the thing is that I think about that though. I think about that more often than I think about anything else that has to do with relationships. So that's what I really grieve, because like I've kept a few in-laws. I've kept a few, but like the in-laws that I you know, and it hey, all things are not the same. They can be similar, but all things are not the same. So you know what, like, because if we share books together, I love, and so it's like I don't want to. I really fuck with his sister. I'm just gonna be so for real. I really fucked with her. But you know what? When we went to the Soulflower Festival, the one I girl, my favorite one to talk about, because Vito was there and I got them tickets for $7. I went and I said, I'm inviting everybody. $7. Girl, it was just me, her, and the kids. And literally, once I was singing, girl, some breakup song, and she looked at me. You know this song is about that nigga. I said, oh, you know what? I respect it. Because the thing is, it's like, oh, you baby mama, you just gonna be buttering up the sister for information. But it's like, no, I really fuck with you. Like, from when the first time I met you, I really fucked with you. And then it was like, damn, she was one person. She'd pull up on us at the hospital and bring us food and shit. And it was like, I really appreciate that. I really fuck with her. And so it's like, damn, bitch, I gotta let you go. Damn. And then I share myself with you, but we wasn't even that close. But it was like I really fucked with her. So it's like, damn, you probably talking shit about me, but it's like, damn. So it's like, if integration, I want to integrate into my partner's community on my own accord. I want me to be individually enjoyed and not just an extension of another person's love, because that's conditional. And I don't want to live my life based upon condition status. That was a big one. It just, yeah, it felt like that. Where am I still performing instead of being honest in my emotions? I mean, like, probably on a deeper end, like me deep inside, I probably do cry about this. But like, I don't let myself cry about it because I got bigger fish to fry. Hold on. You can fry catfish in an air fryer. They can't put oil, cooking spray on it. No. I wanted the whole tilapia. Look, For the whole tilapia is $3.79 a pound, and now probably like 3 pounds. And that bag of catfish nuggets was only $7. But the thing is that them ain't no nuggets. Them is just chopped pieces. Because they be charging this $22 for like 4-5 pieces of catfish. But that catfish, I got a lot. I got at least 3 servings. And it's it grow like this, and then they're not even all wrapped up on that stuff. They was frozen, but they was lightly frozen. I like lightly frozen over flash frozen because it is a lot fresher. And then I said that they must really be perfectionists when it comes to their fillet, their catfish fillets. That's why they so expensive, because I mean, it don't be no skin, it don't be no white, it's just white. It just be white. They cut it up so good. But that's a blessing for me that they is particular about their big pieces, because them little pieces is fair. And you know, catfish nuggets, they sometimes be gummy and slimy. These is not. I done got a little bit of a bone. Okay. And I thank them for that. How long did I put it on? 10, 15, 22, 32 minutes. That's not okay. You know how I get that one? Yeah. And so, you know I'll put some kidneys on there. I want somebody who would debone my fish and not feel no type of way about it. And not feel no type of way about it. I want somebody at my big grown age that I can hand my plate and they cut my steak for me, because no longer do I eat my steak well done, so I'm not shaking the table, but it's just the point of like, I want you to do that. And had no problem with it. And because I be scared of bones. I remember one time I was choking on the bone. Girl, I thought I was supposed to make a wish. I said, but yeah. We are making time for emotions, but we're making time for emotions in the most productive way, because if I sit around crying, girl, that ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it. And what kind of love feels unfamiliar because it's healthy? I wouldn't say affection, because like, you know, they be affectionate, but like somebody who's nurturing, somebody who like takes care of me. Yeah, I'm telling you, a nigga took my shoes off and he did that faithfully, and it raised my standards for real. It made me question though, where you been, girl, and what you been doing. And it's like, yeah, my in the home standard is like somebody, see, because but like, okay, still, no matter if I'm a stay-at-home wife or a working woman, this is my standard of care. Like, we mutually cook. We mutually take care, because this person set the standard on how I take care of my partners. Like, dinner done, clothes laid out on the bed, warm towel out the dryer, when you get out the shower, you feel me, blunt roll with the outfit. Matter of fact, 2 blunts roll, because you know what it is. Send that baby in here with the man, and you go mind your own business. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then in the world standard, $95.5. You cover it all. You cover it. Sometimes we can go half. And I got the tip. I got the tip. You said 815 cents. I got exactly 15 cents. I've been holding on to this. I'm actually excited at the exactness of it. You know, I like them straight off the cob. I like them straight off the cob. Dance with me in the middle of the street in the rain. I love when my man do that. Like, can I talk? Where your man at? My man crazy. Again, these are relationships in my early 20s. Like, after that second baby daddy, I said, click, click. It's so locked the kitty up in here. Because you know what? I had to realize, not only, like, the flow of pain and trauma, but I had to really sit and realize that I am the woman, and how much power I have. This is one for another one. And so the thing is that I really had to realize that like, everything happened with my baby when I was, what, 25? So I don't have any real dating experience after 25. So the things I'm talking about is like, yeah, it's really my early 20s. Yeah. And it was interesting to me when I got with my baby daddy, because I felt I was more experienced in relationships than him. I mean, it's only a year and some months different, but like, he had only had like one real relationship, and he was just running through them before that. And I had what I would say, like, at that point, a big experience. I already been engaged before I got big experience. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. Like, no. But, like, I had partners who I had real friendships with, so we were able to have conversations. We had good communication. Like, we're not perfect, but, like, we had great communication. I mean, absolutely ideal communication, because we were friends first. And still to this day, you know, I can still talk to the nigga, and he gonna be for real with me, and I appreciate that most of all, because most times with men, with me, they don't ever correct me until it's mad at. So it's like, somebody who will call me a stupid ass bitch when I'm being a stupid ass bitch, sometimes you need to know when you're being a stupid ass bitch. But it's like, all the things is all the things that come with that, so it is what it is. But it's like, yeah. And then, you know, yeah, that's why it's so important for me to have a friendship with a person. And then it's like, and what kind of love does my nervous system trust? A love of service. Like, somebody who can meet me at my level of understanding, and we, like, literally serve. Like, I love to have a person who we have the same basis and understanding, so we can kind of navigate in the day-to-day life without communicating, without like, you want people to finish your sentence. No, I want somebody who is a proper sous chef. If I'm chopping, I want you to be clearing the seeds, clearing the ends. Like, we is the chef's table. We have emotion. We know how it's going. Okay. Woo, girl, stay on top. Woo, woo. What kind of love feels unfamiliar because it's healthy? Somebody who would ask me about my feelings. Because the way I am at this point, I wouldn't know how much is too much. When somebody is listening to you, they'll just let you talk. And it's, again, it go back to that thing where people don't correct you until mad day. So it's like, oh, okay, well, this person will be like holding stones or damn near building a case on me and not even saying anything to me. They're just listening to me. Again, that's negative though. So what if it was healthy and they were like actually correct? So that would be unfamiliar to me. And that's why I want therapy. So I can get like acclimated into like sharing myself in a deeper way without, you know, fear of consequence or backlash, or what's the word where people use the very things you tell them to hurt you? That. What makes me emotionally unsafe? Yelling. Like, I get passionate, but I feel like a passionate voice is completely different than yelling. Like, I feel like a passionate voice is like, it come from your stomach up. But yelling, it come from the back of your neck, like, in like the back. It come from the back. So the vibration, it hit different. And it's like, where is my heart living today? And this is where we're going to close it out. Where is my heart living today in this moment, right here, right now? My heart is living right behind the statement of, I'm focused on my focus. My heart is living right now on a page that feels like a rough draft or an outline, and it's slowly being completed. My heart feels like it's living in the tilling of soil. It's living in patience. It's living in waiting. It's living in preparing and pruning. My heart feels like it is being transformed into new wineskin, because you can't put new wine into old wineskin. It'll burst. And you know what? I got a poem for that. It's a part of my capacity series. backwards. My heart lives in the moment that my dreams will be realized. And that I'll have the backing to shake them titties all across the nation. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them titties all across the nation. Shake them titties all across the nation. So, we worked ourselves through capacity. We're going to do one of these every day. All right. I always say, I want to be somebody before I'm somebody's. And I can't be with just anybody. The man for me would have to wrangle stars out the sky and still let the sun shine. He'd have to hold the galaxy steady and still make room for my laugh, my calling, my crowd. Because as much as I'm getting ready, he is too. Not just to love me, but to help me carry my mantle. What God joins together, let no man break apart. And what God assigns, let no one interrupt. Doing better doesn't mean I'm bad. It means every time I fill my cup, I expand my vessel. I line every chip and crack with gold to protect the overflow. Because that's where all the love goes. Getting ready doesn't mean I'm not ready. It means I prayed to be prepared. I prayed to be a vessel, and I don't play about my blessings. What sense does it make to get a prayer I cried for and still be looking backwards? Why ask for heaven and then drag hell with you? You can't put new wine in old wineskins. Not because the wine is wrong, but because the capacity ain't the same. New things expand, old things break. And what's for me, no one can stand in my place. Not faith, not fear, not former versions of myself. So I refuse to let me stand in my own way. There are two reasons to change. You and God. Amen. I don't want to work this backwards. Hold on. Woo! I say, two full cups become a fountain. For when we lay ourselves bare, we become the plate they eat on. When we hold ourselves close, we become the cups in grandma's china cabinet that no one can touch. When we hold our hands out as offerings, we become bowls. And what we are filled with become a statement of discernment. But we are as God made us.